So guys, with Sabudana Khichdi, it is always very tricky. Either it becomes too sticky, too dry, or too oily. So Hriday is going to show you this quick recipe which is so tasty. Sabudana is one of my favorites, even though it is very unhealthy, loaded with carbs and everything. But when I was young, I used to, wait those days when my mother used to fast because, I thought only then you can eat Sabudana Khichdi. I don't know why, but I was young and naive. But, as I grew up, it is Sabudana Khichdi is one of the easiest recipes, and it is also very easy to mess it up. So make sure you include the tips, tricks suggested by Hriday in this video.
So the first step and the most important thing that you need to remember is you should take the bigger variety of sago grains. There are two varieties, the small one and the bigger one. This is the bigger one. The chances of breaking these are lesser. So here I am measuring out not about exactly half a cup of our sago grains. Now you see these are clean. You don't see any broken particles or kind of sago flour. When these things break up, when they rub against each other, you'll see some white flour sort of a stuff. That's not here. So we don't need to clean this up. Otherwise you can use a strainer and just sift it through and then take it here. So all of that flour kind of thing, the broken pieces, that will stick to your pan later on. So we need to get rid of that. Now we're going to wash this and I'll show you how. So we'll wash this 2 to 4 times. There's no fixed this thing. So what I'm doing here is gently rub them against each other. Just go through with your fingers. Now you see how murky the water is. So we need to get rid of this murky water. And now don't rub your fingers in. Don't agitate it. Just get rid of whatever tiny white particles you see. Might take 3 changes of water, might take 7, and that's okay. Now I've gotten rid of all the water and I'll show you the next step. So the next thing, how much water? So I'll take some water.
Never need.
This is just above the sago grains, the sabudana. Let me get a spoon. You see, if I put the spoon in, it's not coming onto the spoon. It's just above the sago grains. And now I'm going to cover this and let this sit overnight. I'm going to make this in the morning for breakfast. So I'm doing this overnight, but if you want to make this for dinner, if you're fasting or something, and if you want to make this in the evening, then make sure that you have at least 6 hours to soak your sago grains. Alright, I'll see you in the morning. So I said I'll see you in the morning, but there's one more thing that I do at night because I'm usually very busy in the morning with office and everything. This is half a cup of peanuts. This I'm going to dry roast. I'm going to turn my pan on and I'm going to dry roast. Now why am I doing this? Because I do not have roasted peanuts. These are raw peanuts. So I want to remove the husk. I do this on a very low flame. I just want them to toast a little. And I do not like my Sabudana Khichdi to be oily. and that is why I am dry roasting my peanuts, because peanuts have their own oil, so I do not want to do this in oil. And in the morning what I'll do is I'll get rid of the husk and I'll grind it. If you have peanuts without the husk, that would be very good. Otherwise you can do this. Even so, if your peanuts are already without the husk, I would recommend that you do dry roast them before grinding. That will add to the flavor of the dish. So I'll show you once the roasting is done. As you can see, some of the husks have started popping on their own. You see that? So just do that. When it's cold, of course, that is what I want. I don't want them to turn brown, so do this on a low heat. This is done. I'm going to turn the flame off and I'm going to transfer this. And I'm going to leave this here, not on my hot stove, but I'm going to leave this here. And in the morning what I'll do is, when this is just gone cold, I'll just take a few of them and I'll rub them off and get rid of the husk, and then I'm going to ground them. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning everyone. Now this is what we soaked last night, and look at this. They're all individual separate grains, but if you take one and press it, it's very soft. So you know it has had the time to soak up all the water. Now another important tip. So cooking sago isn't that difficult. The only thing is that you need to keep in mind these tips so that it doesn't stick. Now you remember this. This is the peanuts that I had roasted or toasted last night, and I'm going to add this. I've crushed them in the morning. I'm going to add this.
Add sago. Yeah, going to add all of it.
Half a cup of sago and half a cup of crushed peanuts. So half a cup of whole peanuts that we later on crushed. Because if I say half a cup of crushed peanuts, then that would be more. Now along with this, we're going to add salt to taste, a little bit of lemon juice, about a tablespoon, and a pinch of sugar. So why are we adding everything at this stage? So that there's minimal mixing later on. And for the salt, you can select the type of salt that you want depending if you're making this for fasting or not. I am not making this for fasting, so I've added regular salt to this. But you add everything at this stage and mix it well. Now here I have one potato that I've boiled. This I'm going to chop into bite-sized pieces, and I have one stem of curry leaves. Once I'm done with the potato, we'll start. My potatoes are done, and I've chopped them into bite-sized pieces, and I have this one green chili and a stem of curry leaves that I have ground to a paste in my mortar and pestle. You can use a mixer jar. So what this does is, some people do not like whole curry leaves. I'm going to add both whole curry leaves and the paste. But if you do not like whole curry leaves, then you can just simply add this paste and you'll get the flavor, but you won't get the whole leaf while eating that. So let's get cooking. So here I am with my trusty stainless steel heavy bottom all clad pan. If you want to know more about this, we have a video on the types of utensils that you can use to avoid non-stick. And also I am not using non-stick on purpose, otherwise the whole purpose of making this video would be redundant. So I have turned my stove on and I'm going to add some oil to it. About 2 tablespoons of oil. I do not like my khichdi very oily. Sometimes it's just too oily and that is why people say it doesn't stick. But that is not going to be the case with us. Okay. So once the oil heats up, we're going to add a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And along with that, we're going to add our paste of green chili and curry leaves. And I'm going to throw in my whole curry leaves as well. Now over a medium flame, cook this for about 30 seconds. Don't burn them. Once this is done, we're going to add our potatoes. And again, we don't need to cook our potatoes for very long because they're already boiled. We just want them maybe to turn a little golden, maybe not even that. Just cook them for 2 minutes over low to medium heat and keep them stirring occasionally. So I can see that the potatoes are kind of crisped up and have gained a little color. So at this stage, we're going to add our sago grains. Now you turn the heat to low and gently mix it in. We just want to mix all the masala with our sago grains. For quickly cooking these I'm going to take some water. Do not be surprised, and I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit and immediately cover this. Now we're going to cook this for about 2 minutes. So what the steam does is it helps cook the sago faster. We just want some of them to go translucent. That is how we know that this dish is cooked. So let's wait for 2 minutes and then I'll show you. Now it has been 2 minutes. Let's open this and see. It smells so beautiful. All the cooked peanuts and curry leaves. Oh my god. And see, some of them have gone translucent. I hope you can see. So dish is cooked. It's absolutely delicious. And let me show you. This is not breaking up and without a non-stick. I hope you can see. Now I'm going to turn the flame off. I don't want to burn this. Nice and toasty. Do you see this? I'll show you once I take it out. I don't need to scrape it or anything. This is what we call khili khili sabudana. Plate it now. Looks beautiful, isn't it? Simple, ready in like 5 minutes if we had all the ingredients done. So if you like this recipe, please like, share and subscribe. That will really help us. Thank you, and we'll see you with our next recipe soon. And this is what I wanted to show you. Nothing has stuck. Everything is coming out very easily. no non-stick, 2 tablespoons of oil, and this crispy bit, the peanuts, is what I love. And there you go. So remember all the tips that we saw today, and you too can make a very good, very nice fluffy sago grain sabudana khichdi. Do let us know in the comments what you think.